On this Tom London show, we're going to talk about man's best friend, dogs. I felt like talking about dogs on the show. Dogs I've had, dogs you've had, funny dog stories, incredible dog deeds. Whatever you may have in your mind when I say the word dog to you. Come inside for 60 minutes. And let's have some fun talking about dogs, listening to some voice notes, meeting some friends, and checking out the London Gang. All right, future wife, take it away.
It is 9 o'clock and
9 p.m.
the Tom London show has kicked off for everyone that is feeling lonely out there. For those of you not joining from South Africa, that is 9 p.m. South African time.
Yeah.
Welcome everyone. Let's get this show on the road.
Wait for the giggle. There it is. Bom dia, bonjour, buongiorno, molweni, abusheni, dumelang, sanibanang, quinant. Hello from Veltevreden Park, the capital of... Well, what is Veltevreden Park the capital of? My goodness, peace and quiet maybe. Yeah, from Veltevreden Park, the capital of peace and quiet in Johannesburg. This is the Tom London Show. I'm Tom London with you for the next 60 minutes as we dissect the topic of dogs together. I can't help when I hear the word dog, start thinking about my first dog. My first dog's name was Peppy. I'll tell you the story of Peppy in a moment, but right now, get on board and say hi. If you're watching live, you're automatically part of the London Gang. That means you are the content providers on the show. You are the script writers. You are the photograph senders. You are the voice note makers. You are the videographers. You are the LGOGs. If you join at 9 p.m. Central Africa time, that's when the Tom London Show goes out live. So loud and live. And if you're watching post-live, thank you for pressing the button. Cheers to our YouTube viewers. We're getting more and more as the days tick on. So nice to see you. Thank you for joining me, YouTube. And if you're on Facebook, hey, welcome home, family. I got some cute voice notes and pictures and videos in from some of the London Gang. I'll share them with you. But perhaps we should just say hello to everyone. Shall we do that? All right, let's see who is on board and who are the London Gang tonight. The cast of characters on the Tom London Show include Alistair Jameson, who says, hello, London Gang. Also up there on the credits is Liesl Schulenberg, followed by another Schulenberg, pulling in second place, just behind Gaynor Alice Benfield Schulenberg. Adding to the cast of characters is Helen Mitvach. Helen says, hello LG and hello Tom. Lil Cook is another LGOG and will entertain you tonight. She says, hi there. Tammy Singh, our bright sparkle of sunshine, says, greetings Earthlings. Who else we got on board? Barry Bowditch. Hello all you lack of people and Tom. Barry Bowditch from the beautiful north coast of KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. Craig Blicknote, my friend Craig Blicknote, is on board and says, good evening all. Another one of the LGOGs, Benjamin Jones. He's a retro bait, says, hi Tomster. Chewy Snowpick. I'm going to be putting it up in a moment, I promise you. Karen Eva joins us out of Pretoria or Centurion, somewhere around there. Oh, Irene. Hey, my memory kicked in. It scooped in like an electric shock. Now, I think this next person is actually Aubrey Marais, because I haven't seen Aubrey in the Facebook room for a while. But I've seen this person in YouTube, and I think this is Aubrey Marais. What are your guesses? Gene Robinson and I had a lovely conversation this morning. Gene Robinson, hello Tom, and the London gang. Please say hello to Jean. I think this may be the first time Jean's saying hello to us. She's just become a member of the LGs. So say how's it to Jean. Carlos Hartwell is on board, says hi Tom and the gang, and more will join as we make our way through the hour. Some will come, some will go, some will stick around for a few minutes, some will stay for the full 60. Doesn't matter to me. As long as you press that play button, baby, you made my day. My day is made when I get to sit on this couch and spend an hour with you. And I get to spend an hour with people, I mean, just on a weekly basis. People from Denmark, people from Canada, people from Wales, people from Portugal, people from Australia, people from Thailand, people from the United States, all over the world. On a weekly basis. They pop in and they pop out. And my friends on this show include people from all over the world. Isn't that incredible? And then I got all my South African peeps. All my homies. Join me every night at 9 o'clock. What a lucky guy I am. We're going to talk about dogs tonight, so get your dog stories lined up. Looking for voice notes. Okay, there's a lot of saying hello to each other, and I'm just going through the messages. My brother Nick is on board out of Marloth Mark. The sun hasn't melted him yet. Josie de Oliveira joins us out of Portugal, and I missed out the United Kingdom. You're right. We got people that join us from the UK. Is Wales not part of the UK? Oh, I was being too specific. All right, I won't argue with you. I will not argue with you. Let's check out, before we start talking about dogs, let's check out what's come in on the voice notes and the WhatsApp line. First up tonight is a picture taken by Barry Bowditch, taken on his camera on tripod f22 ISO 100 bulb mode, 5 minutes from my office window. What a show tonight. You ready? I'm going to show you from my laptop, so it's not completely full screen, but you'll get the picture. How cool is that? Barry's photograph taken from his office last night. For those who are technically minded and into cameras and things, on a tripod, f22, ISO 100, bulb mode, 5 minutes. And it helps if you shoot it through your office window, it appears. So there we go, a really nice lightning shot from, is it Belito? Last night. And then yesterday we saw a video of Chewy going out into the snow to do his business. And then today, Dustin sent us this video. So you ready? Here we go. Dustin's video and the latest report out of Detroit, Michigan.
So there's something all over the road here. I'm not sure what it is.
Snow?
But, this is what happens when you stop in snow. That's the ABS kicking in.
Yeah.
So, haven't done this in a while.
Looks cold.
Obviously never in this car, so...
Pretty though, eh?
Pretty impressed with it, actually. Not bad. Anyway, have a good day.
There we go. Dustin driving through the snow. I love these reports we get from people and their lives and what they're up to. So Benjamin sent a picture after yesterday's video of Chewy going out into the snow, and Ben put this up. A short story about decisions. And this is Chewy, a picture of the leftovers. Chewy, this morning in Detroit. Detroit, because Chewy is sophisticated, says Ben. Chewy, our dog, out of Detroit, Michigan. Eating a boulangbour. What was that dish we had a pronunciation problem with? Bourguignon. Was it bourguignon? I think I got it right. What else we got? We got a voice note message. Oh, I see they're starting to come in. All right, so let's take some voice note messages. We'll get to talking about dogs in a moment, I promise you. Let me just go to voice notes. All right, here we go. This is from Karen Eva, I think. Here we go.
Good evening, Tom and the London gang.
Hello.
Let's just send a voice note and say hello.
Yay!
From a much cooler Pretoria.
Yeah.
Irene Centurion. Just wanted to say hi and hope you all had a good Wednesday. Ciao.
I like the ciao at the end. Can we just do the ciao at the end again?
Ciao.
That's cute. Let's do it again.
Hope you all had a good Wednesday. Ciao.
I like them. Yeah. Send me voice notes. And my brother just sent me something outside my kitchen, maybe for another show. All right, I'll save that. I won't put it up now. Robert's late. He says, sorry I'm late. What did I miss? We're chit-chatting and playing voice notes and things. All right, here's another one.
Hi, Tom. It's me, Dora Baptist. And the bloody Adidas. Can you hear that, guys, in the background?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Bloody shit myself.
No.
Every time I try to make a call or a WhatsApp voice note, those bloody guys are making a hell of a bloody noise.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tom, you and I have met numerical times, but I'm not sure
Sorry, how many times?
if you're remembering me, because every time you pretend like you don't know me. And you say, what's your name again?
I don't pretend, excuse me, I don't pretend I don't know people. I normally recognize faces. I'm very good with faces. I'm just not as good with names as I am with faces. Anyway,
I
continue.
tell you, it's Dora Bertus, and you say, with a name like this, you most
Dora-
definitely be of remembering me.
Dora Bertus.
It's not true, Tom. Anyway, I'm going to remind you now how it works. My mother, her name was Dorothea. My dad's name was Albertus, so we cut those names in half. So I can be half my mother, half my father. And what we can have is
Sorry.
Dorothea plus Albertus equals Dorobertus. Okay, don't forget it now. Don't forget it.
Dora Bertus.
Dorobertus.
All right.
Anyway,
Is that
Tommy, it's okay. I can remain always your most dedicated listener, even if you don't know who I are. It's okay. So the problem is that I can only watch your show on Wednesday nights because my husband, who are a doctor, he are so very jealous, Tom.
Really?
Yeah. He are so very,
me?
very jealous. He even did say to me the one time,
No, not of
how
me.
can you watch some guy whose name are Tom London? What the bloody hell kind of a surname are London? You say
Language.
you cannot have a surname what are a city. I say you can have any bloody name or surname you
Language.
bloody well want, man. So he, on Wednesdays,
Yeah.
has golf. Because, you know, on Wednesdays it's doctors takes time off and they play golf.
Yeah.
The very curiosity for me though, Tom, is that he doesn't even have one golf stick. So I didn't come out from under a rock last night, huh? I know what are going on here, but it's okay, Tom. It's okay.
Uh-oh.
Because I have my Tom London shows on Wednesday,
Yeah.
and he cannot bother me or adorn me with a shambach from jealousness. So, Tom, maybe every Wednesday I can send you a little voice note, and maybe one day you can know who I are. It's me, Dora Bertus.
Send a picture.
Remember me for next time, okay?
WhatsApp a picture to me
Remember
quickly.
me.
WhatsApp a picture. I gotta see the face. Come on, WhatsApp a picture to me. We Talk Dogs up next. Okay, let's get into the conversation. Dogs, yes please, best creatures ever, even better than Miley? No. Miley with a cherry on top, thank you very much. I'll have some Miley on toast, thank you. A Miley Sunday. Oh, that's what we could call the interview, hey, a Miley Sunday. Or Miley's Big Bush interview. What do you think? Suri is Dora Bertus, I'm convinced it actually definitely not. Definitely not. Suri's actually, I can tell you that Suri's asleep right now. And I can promise you it's not. Well, unless she's doing that to me and I don't know. Well, that could be a possibility. Do you think she's messing with me like that? Nah. I know her voice. I don't think that's her voice. Is Tom making us clowns again? There Tom goes on about Miley. But you brought it up now in the messages. You could call that interview the Miley High Club. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, I like the creativity in the room tonight, the Miley High Club. Oh man, if I was part of Miley Cyrus's PR team or the marketing team or the brand team, I would be looking at that, the Miley High Club. That's very nice. Yeah, advertising agencies pay guys $2 million a year to snort stuff and eat sweets and sit in a boardroom and come up with lines like that. You just did it in a heartbeat for free. Wow, the Miley High Club. I like that. I do like that. Okay, shall we do dog stories? Let's talk about our first dog tonight. I want to know about your first dog. Thank you, Robert. Rolling Stones. Ah, yeah, original merchandise. I almost got sidetracked because I worked at the Rolling Stones concert when they came out here, and the one thing I didn't get was a t-shirt. They got sold out before I could buy one, and I was busy selling them at the time. So I lived without a Rolling Stones t-shirt for about 20 years until I found one. All right, dogs. Let's go with dogs. Let's talk about dogs, shall we? Our first dog was a bulldog called Bully, which was an appropriate name for Bully, because Bully used to push my 2-year-old brother over constantly, and my mother was worried about him cracking his head and getting brain damage. So a friend of ours took Bully to live with him because he didn't have kids, and Bully lived a very happy life. But so Bully, I don't count as technically our first dog, but emotionally not. Our first dog was a dog called Peppy. My mom was driving down Nigel Road, just cruising down the road in the station wagon, which were cool those days. I still think station wagons are the bomb. That's my dream car, station wagon. And she's driving down the road. She got the music on. She's looking hot. Hot Annie. And she's driving down Nigel Road. And how she spotted it, I don't know. But she spots a tiny little puppy on the island separating the 4 lanes of Nigel Road. And she hits the brakes, and she gets out and she scoops up this baby, tiny, like 1-day-old puppy, and brings the puppy home. And then she eyedropper feeds the puppy all hours of the day and night. It's one of my first childhood memories. And Peppy survives. And Peppy grows up to be a wonderful dog. Great family dog. You just couldn't pull her by the tail or she'd try and bite you. That was Peppy's only flaw. Peppy was cool unless you tried, and she had a tail that, 3-year-olds and 5-year-olds just, the tail is just the right length, and we would try and grab Peppy's tail and she'd, that was Peppy's only flaw, but otherwise Peppy was very cool. And so we grew up with a dog called Peppy. And Peppy was part of everything, because Peppy was like a child. My mother had fed Peppy all hours of the day and night. Peppy was one of us. Peppy was the family. And then, one Christmas, in 1976, we decided to go on holiday to Winklespruit in the south coast. And my dad had a Ranchero Bucky, and he had a canopy on the back, and these were the days when you didn't worry about airbags and car seats. You just put a foam mattress in the back of that Bucky, or ute, or pickup, wherever you're from in the world. And most of us would get chucked in the back. My sister, who was still an infant, rode in the front with my mom and dad, and we made our way down to Durban. And off we went, with Peppy in the back, 3 or 4 of us nippers in the back, and off we drove. And then my sister needed a nappy change, and we pulled off on the side of the main road to Durban, around Villiers Way, at one of those old rest stops that had the concrete things. It was all a big adventure. It was Christmas Day, 25th December, 1976. we were on our way to holiday. We were going to be digging in the beach and building sandcastles and chasing crabs and fishing and making tuck shop money by doing chores and buying bags of sweets and getting sunburned beyond repair. But don't worry, calamine lotion and Mom's spit would sort it out. So my dad pulled around Shero and the caravan to the side of the main road that connects Durban to Johannesburg. And for our safety, he made sure we all got in the caravan while my sister was having the nappy change. And so there we are, standing in the caravan on the side of the road, the main road, Joburg to Durban. Cars whizzing past. All the other people going down to Durban for Christmas, they're late. And my dad left Peppy in the back of the bakkie with the canopy door closed. Now, Peppy was the kind of dog that did what she wanted to do. If Peppy wanted to go somewhere, Peppy went there. Peppy was a human dog after all, and Peppy had designs, probably on something on the other side of the highway that connected Johannesburg to Durban at the time. And Peppy put her nose underneath the canopy door and lifted it up. And then Peppy jumped out of the back of the Ranchero bakkie. And whatever Peppy'd seen on the other side of that highway, Peppy made a beeline for it. And Peppy didn't get to the other side. And that was the end of Peppy. Merry Christmas. True story. We were devastated. Oh man. We had to bury Peppy on the side of the road. I can remember it as clear as day. My dad had a little spade and the spade broke. It was a real nightmare. I don't know how my parents got through raising kids and all the stuff that went with it. But we buried Peppy on the side of the road and we said a prayer. And we made our way off to Winkelspruit. All sad. Because we just bought Peppy a new basket and toys. So there was a constant reminder of what had just happened on our Christmas day. Anyway, a few days later, we went to the, I think it was Scottsboro SPCA or something like that. And we found a dog called Penny. And Penny lived to like 19 years old. Penny was Peppy's replacement. We got Penny on holiday. And Penny was another story altogether. Maybe we'll get into it. But I want to know your dog stories. So let's see what you've got to say about dogs. Ruz Tenhove, also in the Nederlands. I want to come visit the Nederlands. I want to go to a coffee shop. There are some things on the menu I'd like to try out in the Netherlands. Hello, Tom and the gang, says Patricia Ann Skulls. Bell will watch in the morning. Barry Bowditch says the Chow was the first dog mentioned. I love Bourguignon. Right. So Benjamin says, okay, my DDH each night starting now will be watching the show while sweating on my spinning bike. Okay, come on, Benjamin, you only got 37 minutes to go. While sweating on my spinning bike, new goals, took long enough, don't laugh. No, we're behind you. Spin, spin, Benjamin. Just go at an even, steady, slow pace. I can see you on that bike. Don't push too hard. You're going to get discouraged. Take it nice and easy and go, oh, that wasn't too bad. Don't do it to the point that you go, that was bad. Do it to the point that you go, okay, that wasn't too bad. I'm trying to get to the dog, the Miley Bush interview. Okay. Helen's first dog was a Jack Russell named Susie. The postman in England hated her. She retired with my granny in luxury when we moved to South Africa. Nice story. Karen says, I think my first dog was a toy pom. Used to look after me when I was like 2 years old. His name was Tony. That's a really cool name for a toy palm. I like giving dogs human names. Like proper names. Harold. I think that'd be a great name for a dog. Harold. What's your dog's name? Harold. Yeah. Harold. I think the next dog I get will be a Harold or Matilda or something like that. Is Peppy a Springs dog? Everybody's dog was Peppy. Yeah, Peppy was a Springs dog at a time when all Brucks were called Peppy and all Dalmatians were called Sheba. Do you remember that? You bump into someone with a Dalmatian, say, what's your dog? You didn't have to ask, it's Sheba, isn't it? Dalmatian, definitely Sheba. Or Chaka. That was the other one, Chaka, Sheba. Those are the only two names. I named our first dog Bowser after the Shanana group. Bowser. Alistair says, my first dog was a Scotty dog and we called him Scotty. Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, well, let's do unusual dog names. If you know of any or had any, pop them in the comments section. He followed me to school one day and on the way home he stepped off the pavement in front of a car, First Avenue, and I'm sorry I'm laughing, but I told you the Peppy story. The car hit him, and when I got home my mom had to tell me he'd been killed. I cried as a 5-year-old for days. I know, you imagine Christmas Day, we witnessed it. It was terrible. Robert Bruce Naismith, my first dog was a bull terrier cross German shepherd, named him Nick. This dog was super loyal and protective to me. Lovely dog. You can enter the property, but don't leave with a packet or else Nick would have sorted you out. I like it. Nick had his eyes on the assets. Nick was an asset hound. Craig Bluckner, talking of Miley, if you could get my version of Miley here to South Africa, that'd be freaking awesome. And we do a group bush tour. I'm speaking about Scarlett Johansson. Is that your free pass? Scarlett Johansson. I've looked at Scarlett Johansson very closely, because I know people go on about Scarlett Johansson's beauty, and when she was making it A-list, bang, lighting up, I was like, she's pretty. She is pretty, very very pretty. You know when it's just perfect pretty? I need something skew. I need really pretty with one thing off. I think that makes exceptional beauty. That's me, right? I just like pretty face but hard jawline or something. Pronounced cheekbones, larger than normal nose. Something just a little bit. That's the magic for me. Scarlett Johansson is just perfect, top of face to bottom of face. But if you want, we put Scarlett Johansson on the list, and we interview Scarlett as well. That's so sad, Tom. That's a horrible story. What a sad story. Did I walk you into it? Oh, Tom, I'm so devastated hearing about... Listen, 46 years have passed. It's okay, all right? I can laugh about it now. Kind of. Robert Bruce Naismith says, my following dog's name's Ranger, Rough Collie, Cross German Shepherd, Jock, that's a good name for a Ridgeback, Test the German Shepherd, Sirocco, German Shepherd, Casey, only her parents knew, Baron, the Bull, and Bella, a Pit Bull Cross Boxer, and Bailey, a Pekingese. That's quite a repertoire of dogs we've got there. That's absolutely devastating. Poor Peppy. I don't think Peppy felt a thing. Peppy was a platont after a few cars. She decreased in height considerably. Had a large mixed black dog, called him Shaka. See, that was a big one back then, Shaka. Rhino, my current dog. I know, so Chantel Davidson Venn. Chantel, if you're a friend of Chantel's on Facebook, you have watched Rhino as a puppy, and the first day Rhino came home, and the first time Rhino played on the beach, and then Rhino looking cute, Rhino in the backyard, Rhino in the front yard, Rhino in the house, Rhino running, Rhino smiling. I think if I visited Australia, one of the people I'd want to see is Rhino the dog. Do you know when other people, they put their dog pictures on Facebook and you become so familiar with the dog, it's like a dog you know? That's Rhino to me. And now Chantel's got another dog, like a Rhino 2.0, a baby, a Rhino. I don't know. I can't remember the new dog's name because I'm always going to be loyal to Rhino. Most of the dogs I have named after songs, says Tammy. Casey was short for Cuckle Cruncher. Is that Cuckle or Knuckle Cruncher? You never know with autocorrect. I just sent you a picture of my now dog. Alright, I'll go through the messages in just a moment. Saved a miniature Maltese from young abusive kids when I was 20. She used to sit on my shoulder like a parrot when I walked around the avenues. She lived for 18 years. Her name was Keita, after Elton John's Nikita. One of my favorite names, Nikita. I remember when I was 16 or so, when the song came out, I was like, if ever I have a daughter, I'm going to call her Nikita. Last famous words. I think the gang should find you a wife. Yeah, on that point, that's what I'm looking for. I don't want a girlfriend anymore. I want a wife. My last dog was a boxer called Mucho. Flippin' naughty. I had to give him to a farmer I knew as he needed constant attention. Yes, some dogs are like that. The story of Pepe made me cry a little. Did it, Aubrey Marais? My two Woo Bulls, male, Nero, female, Sasha. Now that's another dog name. My favorite dog story is the story of Just Nuisance. He's from Simonstown. That's right. Barry says my next dog will be called Miley. I like that. Thank you. In honor of she with the M name. Well, we're halfway through the show and we're having a nice, relaxed evening together. I'm enjoying myself. Hope you are too. We're talking about dogs tonight. All right, so Benjamin has sent something. What's that? My evening in Dimrose. All right, let me send that over. See, I got to send it to the computer. And then the computer accepts it. If you send me pictures, you see. If you send me voice notes, I don't have to worry. I just press the play button. But you're thin on the voice notes this week. We got one more. Okay, so that's Alistair's. And then my brother, what has he sent? He sent 7 photographs. Oh, of all our dogs? Oh, wow. Thank you. Nick, how cool is that? All right, so my brother just sent pictures of all our dogs. Now, how do I forward 7 pictures? I don't even know how to do this. Okay, I'm going to have to work out how to do this quickly. All right, so I tell you what, while I work out how to do this, I found another Gavin Langeveld song, Wild World, which we haven't played on the show. And I was going to play it last night, but we ran out of time. So why don't I just get Wild World playing for a bit, and I'll cue up these photographs, and then you can see an actual pictorial history of all our family dogs. Not sure whether Pepe will be there, but the others should be. Okay, cool. Let's do that. And then, let's enjoy a little bit of music now, shall we? Here's Gavin. Wild World by Gavin Langeveld on the Tom London Show. Go, Gavin.
Now that I've lost everything to you, you say you want to start something new, and it's breaking my heart you leaving. Baby, I'm craving, but if you want to leave, take good care. I hope you have a lot of nice things
now, But. Gavin Langeveld. Hope you enjoyed that. Now, should we take a look at some pictures? Well, let's just go to comments quickly and see what everyone's up to. But the other night you said your future wife was on here. Who? Suri. Suri's my future wife. Jack Russell called Nipper, Mark 1. Oh baby, it's a wild world. The problem with sending voice notes is you have to leave the show whilst you record your message. I mean, use your wife's phone. You've got a wife. She's got a phone. She's allowed one. My dachshund was also called Nikita. There's this group on Facebook that's called Dachshund Lovers or something like that. And this lady runs it. It's got a lot of people that follow this group, like plenty, hundreds of thousands maybe. But it's spelt incorrectly because her little girl, her daughter, who was young at the time, put the group together for her and she misspelled Dachshund. I think it's spelled Dachshund. And whenever someone new climbs on board, they go, do you know that the name's misspelled? And then about 100,000 people go, we know that, her daughter did it, stupid. Every single time. It's worth joining that group just to watch people come on and say, do you know that the name's misspelled? And then the whole group go for them. Lucky that doesn't happen in the London gang. Wow, Wild World in a completely different way. Got the same feel as Matt Bianco on Manhattan Transfer. Well done, Gavin. I agree. Nice one. And I named it that when I watched the music video, Elton John, I think it was him. Is that Nikita that you're talking about? Wasn't that a great music video? Looking across the Iron Curtain and not able to hook up with her. Thank you, Robert. How to go about recommending a topic on the group or your personal page? No, you can recommend a topic in the group. You can put it here in the comment section. You can message me, whatever you like. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Do you want to see our succession of dogs in my family? First, let's have a look at Alistair Jameson's dog. So he was telling us about his dog a little earlier on. I've already forgotten the name. There's Alistair's dog. Now that dog loves you, eh? That's the thing about dogs. Dogs, you get loyalty from a dog. And you can learn about persistence from dogs. My goodness. Right, so off to my mother's bed we go. That is my mom, my late mom, holding a dog we called Gigi. Because we made friends with a family in America called the Gagnons, and we missed them so much that we named our dog after them. So she was Goldie Gagnon. That was her full name, Goldie Gagnon, but we called her Gigi. And Gigi was a very placid dog, as Labradors are. Except one night she bit Penny in half. Dr. Terry Sheed in Springs had to sew the two halves of Penny back together in order for her to survive. That's the only time I've ever seen a Labrador lose its temper, but to be fair, Penny had been bugging her for 10 years, and then one night, in a case of temporary insanity, Your Honor, Gigi flipped the script. Now, those two dogs are interesting little dogs. The one in the foreground is, that's Whippet and Judy. Judy's the dog in the foreground, and Whippet is the dog in the background. And that's once again, we're in my mom's bedroom. Judy, we thought was a fox terrier. That's what people called those dogs. We were very proud to buy Judy from a breeder who sold fox terriers in Steubenvale, Springs. And we brought our little Judy puppy home. She was actually meant to be my dog. I'd just come out of hospital and wasn't doing that well. Just emotionally, I almost died. And my parents said, let's get a dog. And I got to choose the dog, and I chose her because she had a little heart-shaped, a little black mark on her chest where her heart is, or was. And Judy was my dog, and then she became the next person's dog, and the next person landed up, in the end, my brother Nick's dog. I left home by that stage. And Judy was a fascinating dog. Judy loved peas. Judy's favorite food was a handful of peas. She was very clever. You could say, where are the birds? And she'd run outside and look in the sky. Or you could say, where's a mouse? And she'd run around the house looking in all the corners and crevices for mice. The dog in the background wasn't as sharp. dog in the background, Whippet, I named that dog as well because I wanted a Whippet, and my parents got one of those models. She was a Bruck, very far from a Whippet. My whole family called the dog Rusty because it was a brown dog at the time. It grew into its black markings, but it was very brown when we got it, and they called her Rusty. And I went, no, her name's Whippet. I was the only one in the family that called the dog Whippet. And the family called the dog Rusty, and I called the dog Whippet, until one by one, I got them won over. I got her name converted to Rusty Whippet, and then Whippet. So she was called Whippet. Whippet was quite a character. Whippet, both those dogs didn't take any nonsense. There's Gigi lying in the basket. Most of the time, Gigi would be lying down. You wouldn't see much of Gigi apart from parking off. That is Penny, the dog I told you about after Peppy got ridden over on Christmas Day. That's the dog we went and got. That's Penny, and that's my sister, Karen Lisa, sitting on the couch in one of our houses, multitude of houses we lived in. Sister's very pretty. And Penny lived to a very, very old age. Penny, that little dog could scale 6-foot walls, got run over by about 3 motorbikes, bitten in half by the Labrador, had a round of people that she'd go to on a Sunday in Selcourt Springs and go collect food. People would wait for Penny. I know this because I delivered newspapers, and one day I walked up into a block of flats, and I was delivering the Sunday Times to a flat, and I heard the lady that I was delivering to, an old lady, she said, "Bye, Penny, see you next week." And I thought, what? And my dog came walking past with a lamb chop. So that was her Sunday thing, to go down the road and get a lamb chop from the neighbor at the block of flats. And that's my dad with Whippet, and you can see Whippet is not taking anything from anybody today. She's like, leave me alone, I've had enough. There we go. My succession of dogs in our family. We don't have a picture of Peppy. We prefer to forget that. Okay, my dog Quando used to steal my father's cigarettes, and he just bit it. The labs here love shoes, says Tammy Singh. Oh my goodness, I have your Judy in my Bailey. She chases birds on the prompt. Alistair says you have to send me your phone number. Oh, who's that? Beautiful dog. How do I send a voice note? Okay, I'm glad you asked. Because if you want to send a voice note, you're gonna have to send it to that number over there. Now, we've had this question before, how do I send a voice note? Sometimes that means, how do I learn to send a voice note on my device? And sometimes it means, what's the number to send a voice note to? So, and it could be Aubrey Murray pretending not to be Aubrey Murray by saying, how do I send a voice note? See, it could be tricking us. I think that's Aubrey Murray. Whoever you are, Kiss, that number on screen now is the WhatsApp voice note line. And you can just put that number in your phone and then send us a voice note. I really want to know who you are. I want to know what was the lady's name? Dorez Meraldo, or Roberta, what was the name? The smashed name? The voice note from earlier? I want to know who that is, and I want to know who this is. Kiss, how do I send a voice note? We're going to find out. If you send a voice note, we're going to hear the voice. Maybe someone will know. Yeah, you send it off to that number there. What have you... Stop. Dora Bertus. That's right. Dora Bertus. Hi, Dora Bertus. What time does your husband get home on a Wednesday night? How late does his golf and the 19th hole go on for, that you're able to sit at 9 o'clock at night and watch the Tom London Show? We want more voice notes from you. I expect a voice note every Wednesday from you, actually. Status update, that'd be cool. That'd be nice. Dora Bertus, my dear, if you could send us a voice note every Wednesday night and give us a status of your week and what's happened or something like that, just, you could be our Wednesday feature. If you're in, if you're keen. You need me as your call screener and prompter, says Alistair. It's a bit maverick like this, but it reminds me of the early days of talk radio where, the early days at 702, we didn't have call screeners. Especially the late night shows, midnight shows, stuff like that, there were no call screeners and there were no fancy systems, because nowadays you got computer screens in front of you, and when I left we had computer screens in front of us. People called in, you could see the phone number, where they're from, what they want to talk about, all sorts of stuff on the screen. But in the early days, it was just a red flashing light, baby, and you didn't know when you hit that button what was going to come out of that person's mouth. Whether they're going to make duck noises, flush the toilet, scream and swear. I've dealt with it all. And then as you progress, and as time progressed, and your time slot progressed, it became more sophisticated, so you could root all of that stuff out. It goes even further. Then you can start rooting out people you don't like or opinions you don't want, and so I understand that technology is good when it comes to that. But as unfiltered as possible is how I'd like this coffee to be. And Dora Berta's husband is jealous of you. Yeah. Is the music too loud? Sorry. I'll keep it a bit down. I never know. I blew my ears out long ago. Sitting with headphones in radio studios for 15 years. And take care of your inner ears. You won't have any left. So now I want to know if you've ever had a dog that could do something exceptional, with a special skill or a talent or an ability or a quirk or a trick, something like that. Do you ever have a dog, or do you have a dog that was capable of something that you would go, wow, look at that. Look what Harold just did. He did a 720-degree spin on his backside and then managed to Michael Jackson moonwalk on his ass all across the carpet there. Look at that. Why do dogs do that? Do you think it's itchy? I always, I got friends, and obviously I've had dogs, had a number of dogs. Dogs are always trying to eat your food. Parrots are the same, by the way. They look at you, you open a packet of chips, they're like, Fritos, and then they scream like hell to try and get your attention so you can give them some food. And they're not happy with their nuts and their veggies and their parrot mix. They want a big corn bite. But dogs more so. Cats not so much, eh? They're like, nah, keep feeding me a little tuna fish and I'll be happy. Keep going off to, because cat owners go overboard. Cat owners don't just, dog owners, they'll go to you get different types of dog owners. You get dog owners that they only buy the best food, or they cook chicken breasts or something like that for their dogs, but they're few and far between. Most people, they're like Epal. Okay, that's a trusted brand. Let me go get a big bag of Epal. All right, there you go, Harold. and then some people just like, what's the cheapest dog food there is here? That white bag with a little marking on it. Yeah, how much? Yeah. How many kilos? Yeah, that's the cheap one. And then the dog eats that. But most dogs have to eat dog food. And most dogs, I assume, check out human food. And then dogs get into trouble when they steal human food. You got a chop on your plate. You just came back from the braai and you got the juiciest chop. And you put the plate down on the side table. And the dog goes and runs off with it. You get all upset. But think about it. Have you tasted dog food? Have you actually ever tasted dog food? The answer is probably no, because you've smelt it. And that's enough. Foods that you don't like, you don't really have to taste them. You just, and then you can, all right, I don't want to put that in my mouth. And dog food is that, isn't it? Now, I don't know. Do dogs have different noses that it smells better? I've always wondered. When they make dog food, do they think about the smell? Is that part of the process? Anybody know? When they grind all that stuff together in the tumble dryer or whatever they use, and then dog food comes out, like the dog pellets, it's got that smell, man, the bone meal or whatever smell it is. You drive past a dog food factory, you know all about it. Now that smell, do you think it's formulated or it just happens? I often wonder about stuff like this, but mostly I think we shouldn't get angry with dogs, because if you had to eat dog food all your life, then that chop would be, that'd be something you're thinking about from the time you see it come in the house in the Checkers packet. If I was a dog on dog food, I'd make it my mission in life to sit near the front door and wait for the groceries to come in. And then I would watch them get unpacked, and if I saw a lamb chop or a piece of boerewors or a steak or something, I'd be like, make a mental note, Harold. One of these days, and I'd wait. And I'd spend every minute of every day and every night keeping watch on that deep freeze or that fridge. And when the day came that it comes out of the fridge and I can smell it sizzling in the pan, I would plan, I would strategize, I would think of where the weak spots are. I would have learned your habits and where you're likely to put something down and how likely you are to go to your phone and check something and leave your plate for just 10 seconds because I only need one. And I would, as soon as your attention is gone, I would take that 300-gram rump off that plate and run into the garden with it and try and eat as much of it as I could while I'm running. And to hell if you kick me or swat me or scream at me or whatever, it will be worth it, because tomorrow it's back to dog food again. That's what I would do if I was a dog. I'd constantly be looking for a piece of steak. Oh, I'm eating steak tonight. I'm so lucky. I left my friend Gart's house, and as I was leaving, his beautiful wife Tracy said to me, "Oh, we had steak for dinner last night." And I'm like, "That's nice." She said, "We've still got one left over. Would you like to take it home with you?" Because I cook after the show or sometimes before the show, and I'm like, "Yeah, it means I don't have to cook tonight." I have got the juiciest steak sitting over there. I can't wait to warm it up. They cooked it medium rare so that when I warm it up, it doesn't go past medium. I'm starting to think and feel like a dog. Looking at that steak, I can see it from here, wrapped up in the tin foil. I can't wait to warm it up. Dogs are amazing, says Brendan Skoltz. When we eat, the dogs start crying and barking because they smell the food. Yeah, can you imagine eating dog food all your life and watching people eating real food? How do they get steak or lamb flavors into the dog food? That's my question. Dogs are truly SM. Sadomasochists? The Mutt Industrial Complex at work. Yeah, Terry, I wonder, how we know with food that this happens, right? Okay, we make a packet of crisps, all right? Did you forget to put the MSG in? That's why there's no saliva being produced in my mouth, and I don't want to eat another one. What's wrong with you? Chuck the MSG in. And don't forget the artificial flavorings and colorants and the preservatives. Spray a bit of silicone on there as well while you're at it, just to make it go down easier. We know our food is manipulated that way. I mean, look at milk. They just add water. Everyone's always worried about what they do to milk. I'm always like, how did milk get so thin? It used to be thick and creamy, and now it's just like water that's white, got a bit of a taste. Probably put some drops in, milk flavor. Put some white coloring in, and then put some milk flavor drops in. Right, a little bit of milk. Mix that all up. Okay, there we go. Stick it through a nuclear oven or something. All right, now it will last 10 years. What? Huh? What happened to milk? Milk that went fraught if you didn't drink it. Even the milk that isn't supposed to go fraught. Have you noticed this? In the olden days, Sonny, you used to get the glass bottle of milk delivered to your front door. Do you remember that? And you'd leave the coupons and you'd go inside, and you had to drink that milk pretty fast because the milk would turn sour. It was not unusual to go to the fridge in the middle of the night and no one looking, take that glass bottle, glug, glug. Oh, it's yogurt now. milk would get sour. Now I've noticed, even the fresh milk, you can keep that stuff like a week and it doesn't turn. How did that happen? So I wonder, do humans pay as much attention to that with dog food as they do with human food? It's a question that could keep me up at night. And do they put something in there, like MSG for dogs? Is there MSG in dog food, I wonder? These are the questions nobody's ever asked. I'm making history here. As a rule, our dogs just eat pellets. However, Bailey looks at us through her Pekingese one eye. She wins human food. Has she only got one eye? Have you got a one-eye Pekingese? I'd like a disabled dog. My next dog is going to be a disabled. I want a three-legged dog. People want the bouffons. No, I want a three-legged bruck, man. We started the show off with Bianca Pience's two-legged dog. Remember? The dachshund with it only got back legs? Spronky? What was his name? Spronky. I can't remember the name now. I don't know if I want a two-legged dog. Although that dog is cool. That's probably the coolest two-legged dog that I've ever come across. But I would like a three-legged dog. I would like give a three-legged dog a chance at life. I'll spoil that dog. Yeah, I'll give that dog a good life. So I'm on the lookout for a three-legged dog. Got to be about that big and yay high. Got to be a small dog. I want a small dog. I've had big dogs. I've had small dogs. I want a small dog. I want to be able to put it in the car with me and go for drives. It can sit on my shoulder and stuff like that. So if you know of any three-legged dogs going about, or people have a three-legged dog they don't want anymore, or a three-legged puppy or something, let me know. Hook me up. I'm in the market for a three-legged dog. Casey could climb step ladders. What? And do circus dog. Don't ask. All right, I won't. And you've got me guessing now. What is circus dog? A dog that climbs step ladders? Okay, done. 15 minutes. Great start. All my pup special skills to make cookies disappear. Yeah. 15 minutes on the spinning bike. Well done. Could we give Benjamin Jones a round of applause? Actually, a drum roll for Benjamin Jones. That'd be nice. There we go, Ben. Day one. My Bailey should be in Protea's fielding team. She catches the things I throw for her on the fly. I'll try and make a video of her doing it tomorrow. That'd be great, Alistair. Quando could jump from one car to the other car. What do you mean from while you were driving? What, you drive down the road and then you tell the dog to jump out the one window and hopefully make it through the other one? Wow. Yeah, these things can happen. We have very considerate dogs. They allow us on their bed at night, says Barry Bowdish. Call it Tripod. I'm going to call it Harold. Where's my voice note, by the way? Oh dear, I feel like a naughty girl who comes late to class today. I made it before the show ended. That beats yesterday's non-appearance due to work. At least I managed to say hi to you and the gang live today. Could everybody say, hi, Henriette? Over in Denmark, Henriette Quarters joins us now. Dogs pick up MSG, by the way. Oh, they can sniff. You can have an MSG sniffing dog? The thing would have a fit inside a supermarket. Same with bread full of chemicals now. Is it true that they bleach the wheat or whatever for white bread? Has that been bleached? Someone told me that the other day. Our other dog knew the ping of the microwave and knew it was our dinner time. Yeah, I've seen that in dogs. Karen had steak and grilled veggies for supper. Sounds good. My dogs would not eat dog food, says Collis Hartwell. Bailey gets triggered by 3 words. Bailey, biscuit, catch him. Absolutely goes mental, says Rob. Pavlov. Ting, ting. And I think that's where we leave it tonight, except there's a voice message to... Oh, while the cars were parked, they weren't driving. Okay. All right, Tammy Singh. Speak or forever hold your peace.
Good night, sweethearts. It's time to go.
Boom, 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 boom. Good night, sweethearts. Well, it's time to go. Boom, 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 boom. The one and only Tammy Singh. Well, that's it for the Tom London Show. We've been sitting on the couch and relaxing together tonight. Thank you for joining in, telling me about your dogs, listening to my dog stories, listening to the voice notes, checking out Chewy in America, looking at the one footprint that Benjamin Jones sent us of Chewy's decision. What else did we do? We did some sunset. Did we do some sunset pictures tonight? Ooh, I haven't shown you my sunset picture. Hold on. Driving back from Edenvale, I took this picture. Isn't that a cool pic? That's just past Alexandra Township on your way to Rivonia Road. And then I did save a few other pictures. This came from the London Gang Group. That's how you know it's hot in South Africa, when the baboons have got themselves some backside protection. And then Shell Green took this pic of the moon over in Australia. That's her actual photograph of the moon. Also to be found in the London Gang. And we'll take one more picture from the London Gang. Which one shall we do? Let's do a post from Tammy Singh. And we'll leave the show tonight with this thought. Be the reason someone believes in the goodness of people. A lot of these pictures are popping up in the London Gang Group. You can join the London Gang Group by going to Facebook and typing in London Gang. And you see the logo there? It's a white version of this one. See, when you see that, except it's reversed, then you know you're at the London Gang Group. Join the group and you'll have a group of people to talk to, share messages with, put pictures up, share your pain, your laughter, your joys, your highs, your lows, and your hellos on the London Gang Group. It's going very nicely, and every day I check in 3-4 times a day. So cool to see what you're up to and the pictures you put on. Yeah, the South African sunset across Johannesburg tonight was spectacular. It was like God had taken, I won't say Monet's hand and painted the sky with all sorts of oranges and reds and yellows and crimsons and clovers, buddy. Till tomorrow, I wish you a sleep so deep that it feels like you're in a coma. I hope your belly's full enough, and I hope you got enough money in your pocket and you're kind to people and people are kind to you. Until 9 o'clock tomorrow night, I'm Tom London, and I am being serious when I say that I miss you already.
Changer.